Hello everybody. This video is so long overdue that I almost don't know what to say. The truth of the matter is that it's been hard for me to make this because I always tend to see the glass as half full. I always tend to look at things in the most positive light that I can, no matter what the circumstances. But I've been going through a little bit of a difficult time. I feel as if I'm trying to find my place in the world. I don't know if it makes any sense at all, because after all, I've been in this world for a long time. But there is just, I feel as if everything is going, not wrong is the wrong word. I feel as if everything's going strangely. I've had issues on a personal level. I've had issues at home. I've had issues with work. And I feel very, very pressured many days just to get through the day. And I know there are times that we all feel like that, where we all feel as if just get me through this next task or this next hour or this next minute sometimes. And I've been feeling some of that, and I don't like to bring negativity to the table. I really don't. So I've kind of waited and hoped that it would pass and that I could come back to you and just share the stories, which I certainly want to do. And Lord knows there are enough of those stories for me to share with you. But this is just something that's been weighing on me quite a bit. And I'm also a little bit nervous. I had my surgery the second time, June 2nd. It looked as if everything was really good after the surgery. It didn't take as long as they expected it to. I think the entire surgery was under 4 hours or about 4 hours, and they anticipated longer. I did not have to have a skin graft. I did not have to have any of those things. The recuperation, thank God, was much smoother this time than it had been the last time. So it made my life easier on that level. I did not go to rehab this time. I came directly home, which was certainly a positive in most ways. But it did have its little scary moments as well, because when you come home and you're frail or you don't know what your capabilities are, and that door closes and you're alone, it's really hard. I was very, very lucky at the time, and still am, that I have my friend Ken, who has been enormously helpful to me. And at the time, he had made the decision that he was going to come to my house every single day to do what I needed done and to just be there for me when I needed somebody to be there. And he did that for a couple of weeks, I think maybe even 3 weeks, until he still kept coming around, but not as often. So it was a little bit of a difficult time then, and I was working with a young couple trying to get them a house. And the housing market here is very hot, as it is in so much of the country. And getting a house for any client is difficult because there were multiple offers on every house, with houses going way higher than the asking price most of the time. So there was that difficulty, and I worked with them for months and months, and they made offers on a number of houses. They lost many of them, but they did get 3 things that they wanted. The first one, they decided against it after they brought somebody in to determine what the necessary work would be to make the house work for them. So they changed their minds on that one. The second one, the attorneys were talking, the contracts were going to go out, and they had second thoughts about the seller, and they, for some reason, did not trust the seller. So they backed out of that one. And then they decided that they were going to rent for a year and revisit this next year, and they backed out of that as well as we were at the house with all the parties ready to sign a lease. So I found out just a few days ago that they now wound up buying a house without me, and that was devastating because I had worked with them for a very long time. And at times when it was really even difficult for me to walk, I mean, they had been very loyal to me and they always went with me or told people that I was their agent, and they were, they were really loyal for a long time. And then they wound up buying. So that was a difficulty for me. And even, I'm doing the Ubering and Grubhub essentially. I was also doing DoorDash, but DoorDash is very, very difficult to do. There are never any openings in my area, so I almost never get any work from them these days. But I do Grubhub and Uber. Last year, I could make fairly decent money doing those. And I really was kind of excited about it because what I did was I would challenge myself to try to do better each day than the day before or the week before and see how well I could do. And I did pretty well. Something changed. I think maybe it's because they offer so many discounted services to the customer that our pay has been cut down, and where I used to be able to earn on a good day $200 for the day, now it's half of that. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, but it is much harder. And where I live in this part of the world, it's really expensive to live. So there's a lot of stress generated by this constant, I feel as if there was a book many years ago called I'm Dancing as Fast as I Can. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm dancing as fast as I can. Lord knows I am trying. Lord knows I am willing to adapt. I'm still selling things online. That too gets harder all the time because something just came across my screen that I had to read. It gets harder and harder. On Poshmark, they have all the live shows now, and everybody compete. I feel as if everybody's competing to hit the floor because things sell cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and people are auctioning things off at such crazy discounted prices. If you don't have a great following and you don't have a lot of people coming to your shows, it's like any kind of auction. If you don't have enough people, enough eyeballs on your stuff, the price is not going to go up. So it makes it hard. So to do all that work and to make no money makes no sense. So I have been selling some things on Poshmark and eBay, but not enough of that to really make a difference either. So there's just a lot of stuff going on because of all of that. And as I say, because I don't want to live in a world of negativity. I really try to elevate my level of consciousness, possibly, because I truly believe what you put out there in the universe is what you draw back to you. So if you're going to be negative, you're going to get negative things in your life, and it's not who I am. Those of you who know me for any length of time know that. On another note, I want to mention that I have heard from a number of you, and I am so grateful for all of you who have been with me through all my journeys and who have been so loyal to me and so much a part of the group. Several people have asked me if I would start to do the lives again, and the answer to that is yes. I would like to do that. I certainly would like to schedule something. I'm not going to do it yet, and I'll tell you why. because I really think we need to build up a little bit more of a group who will attend those sessions. And I think I've been off for so long that I've made that a little bit difficult for some people. So I want to see if we can get enough people back to make it something that will be fun and viable for all of you, because I know we all loved it. And it really made a difference for me, and I know it made a difference for a lot of you. We certainly did it differently than most people do in this venue where they talk and they're just doing it live. It was kind of very interactive. So I do plan on doing that again, and I'd like to start it soon, but I'm going to try to put out a few videos first just to see what we can do in terms of, I was going to say readership, but it's not. So in terms of viewership, if you will. I don't even know if that's a word. In any case, other than that, all is well. Please say a little prayer for me. I go on the 26th for my first scan post-surgery, and I'm a little bit nervous. I really was not nervous before, and I had 4 years of clean scans. But this time, I think they might have seen a little, there might have been a little something in the margin, and I don't know. They did say, I mean, when I read the report, that 85% of the tumor that they removed was necrotic tissue. So that was certainly a good sign. So I'm hopeful, but I'm a little bit nervous, and I will be until the scan is done. And then I'll either feel a whole lot better or a whole lot worse. So I'm not sure which. In any case, I'm really glad that you joined me today, those of you who do. And I'm hoping to see you again very soon. My apologies, but I just didn't know how to do this without bringing anybody down. And I'm all about elevating people. That's my whole purpose on this earth, I think. I really, really believe that each one of us, every day can make a positive difference in somebody else's life. And if we help one person, that's such a gift. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. You know I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.